Tales of the TMNT is not my favorite turtle show. It's actually towards the bottom of my list right now, but I just watched the third episode of the show, Raphael Thinks It Through, and I wanted to share my first impressions and my thoughts about the episode. This is another solo turtle episode focusing on Raphael, and I don't like this format for the opening episodes. I want to see the turtles together. It feels like they're really stretching the story too thin. 4 episodes is a long introduction to see the turtles together. This show has great landscapes in the background. The sketchy, hand-drawn art style really works well for nature. The nature elements like the clouds and water look great. The concept art brought to life look is awesome. But Splinter doesn't have a voice and the Mechazoids don't have a voice. It just feels incomplete and cheap, paired up with the 15 frames per second animation. Tales of the TMNT is a great show for people who play on their phones while they watch TV. If you're doing something else and this show is on in the background, you won't be too turned off. The animation feels so janky, it's like every other frame is missing. Did they run out of time or money? Did the plan change halfway through making this show? I love Raphael's serious, dark, angry design. The darker shadows look really good. I wish more of the show looked like this. I like this anime-style dark Raph. But then the episode turns into another buddy comedy, team-up episode with Raphael and the Tales of the TMNT version of Hun. Hun was a character from the 2003 Turtle Show, but this version of Hun reminds me of Napoleon Dynamite. And he's surprisingly sensitive and likable in a weird way. I don't particularly like this version of Hun, but it is kind of sweet how Hun takes care of the chickens. They changed Hun from a powerful criminal mastermind to the guy that collects shopping carts in the grocery store parking lot. Raphael gets hit with a brick in this episode. Leo got slapped by April in the first episode. These turtles kinda suck, they get beat up by everyone. Why is this episode 15 minutes of Raph and Hun talking in a chicken factory? It's so boring. I do kind of like the angel design once she takes off her mask thing. This episode has a couple good songs in the background too, good music. Next up, Kitsune. There's a name I've heard before from the IDW Ninja Turtles comics. But this version of Kitsune is a short, fat, middle-aged woman. An 11-year-old boy could beat her up. I'm tired of seeing token female leaders in TV shows. It takes me out of the moment. I can suspend my disbelief for walking, talking turtles, but seeing a female leader, seeing a female in charge of a successful operation is too much for me. And every girl on this show is a girl boss. April is a girl boss, Angel is a girl boss, Bishop is a girl boss, and Kitsune is now a girl boss too. Wow, really dynamic and creative. Is there a rule on this show? No men? No strong, capable men? And no white people? Everyone has been race and gender swapped on this show. Even the purple dragons are all ethnic. What are they, an immigrant gang? At least the show is realistic with the non-white gang members. Next up, Raphael fights with bad jokes. I thought Mikey was supposed to be the jokester in this version of Turtles. I'm confused with the characterization here. But Raphael making jokes did remind me of the episode Raphael Knocks Him Dead from the original 1987 cartoon show. Something about the physics of this show is a little loose and unrealistic. It takes the stakes away when it's cartoony and rubbery during the action scenes. The get plucked joke is edgy, but unnecessary. Is this a kid's show or an adult show? Why put an adult joke in a kid's show? Just make an adult show if you want to make an adult show. Give the fans what they want. Why are they constantly trying to rope in young fans when they're just going to disappoint them once they get older with another kiddie version of the Turtles? This episode felt like nothing happened. All the characters are characters in name only. It feels like the Turtles in name only. Why not just give every character a Ninja Turtles name from the past? Tatsu, Carter, Toka, Dreg. Why not name all the chickens? Venus, Jenica, Danny, Kino, Renette. Why not just list names from other Ninja Turtles programs for 20 minutes and not tell a story at all? Maximum member berries, maximum nostalgia. Remember Irma? Remember Vernon? Remember Trell? Remember Quarry? Remember Shinigami? Did anything even happen in this episode? I like this episode more than the Leo and April episode, but less than the Mikey and Rod episode. Even though my expectations are pretty low, I'm still disappointed. I think I would rate this episode a 5.25 out of 10, and that's on the Tales of the TMNT scale. Tales of the TMNT is in the same league as the Next Mutation or Rise of the TMNT for me. It is technically a turtle show, but doesn't really feel like it, and not in a good way. I'd happily accept something drastically different if it were well made, but this show feels like filler, like programming, content, not art. It just feels like a generic Nickelodeon show. All these characters could be anyone. Did you like Raphael Thinks It Through? Do you like Tales of the TMNT? Slash the like button and leave a comment below.